What's up, YouTube? Garden 221 here, and welcome back to our Cunning of Heroes 2 online replay, part of my Cunning of Heroes 2 replay series. We're in the mid-40s now, getting ready for Season 2 with the Western Armies DLC. And we're playing with ND, as you can see there's Nick there, and then here are my allies. Nick Yarloff, he used to be Martin. I've done a lot of the earlier videos with you, and these guys are having a fun time over there. So, in this video, I'm going to be discussing the idea of the urban defense tactics, because it has changed. I'm going to be using a forward headquarters, which is pretty cool on this map, and I'm going to definitely show this kind of tactics. But these are, I'm experimenting with some more Soviet commanders and stuff. And what's interesting is that this guy, Sam, pretty much said he was going to build a bunch of fuel caches in the beginning. And this is a strategy for a 4v4, right? He's going to have no real start, and he's going to be gaining a lot of manpower, so every minute he's going to put up a new fuel cache for us. And you can see he's putting 2 of those down there. Now, this will give us a ton of fuel and give us an early advantage, so I've never seen someone just commit to this. It can work if you can hold your front line, but if you can't hold it, they can just get behind you. And I'm rushing up to get to this point here. I'm really liking this side of the map. I mean, I know all these buildings. This building is especially good to put a conscript squad in, because you have 6 windows here and about 3 windows here, so you can kind of protect yourself from any German incursions. And so basically, I'm going to move up. I figured I'd let him just take that. But I usually build a support thing now, and then I can get a machine gun to help cover the area. The thing is, though, you don't have a scout car when you do that. So I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to lay down a mine here, because I have the munitions. As soon as I do that, though, the pioneers come, and you don't want to let them know you have a mine. Like, I might finish that, but we'll see. Then what I've been getting is I've been either getting ATs or Molotov packages. You can see I'm going to retreat into this house and have 6 guys shoot out at these guys. So you know they're on heavy cover. It is directional, and some of our guys are hitting them behind that. Meanwhile, I've fortified into this house. We are taking some fire from multiple grenadiers. They are pushing very hard on this side. Throwing in an MG into this house. I'm going to pull out my pioneers, and I'm trying to throw my pioneers into this building. But these guys get in here, get behind our lines. Not a bad idea. And you can see there's multiple guys. There's multiple guys here. That we have the Zealous, Honey Badger, and then we have Commandos in here. So it's 2-on-1 right now, but luckily, thankfully Nick is helping me. ND, the other Nick. And I'm not sure if my guys are shooting at them with the building next door. Like, I'm not sure where my guys are in this building. Either way, I focus my MG on these guys now, and they had to pull back. Meanwhile, there's more grenadiers moving up. The thing is, they need some kind of flamethrower, or they need to be launching rifle grenades into it, but they're not in the 2nd level. By the way, I've kind of given out on putting this mine down, but we have more MGs. So we have 4 MGs right now. Well, 3 MGs right now, and I'm grabbing my other ones coming up. So a lot of maximum fire. Very anti-infantry for this heavy grenadier start for these guys. So right now I'm saving up fuel. It does cost 300 manpower and 60 fuel to build a forward headquarters, and so I'm going to make this my forward headquarters and take a look at what happens when I do it. I picked this building because it was far enough away from the initial assaults from these guys, but I'm not trying to type. It was far enough away from the initial assaults and threats of these guys with mortars, but it was close enough back that I can not only reinforce my men here, but it gives us a defensive bonus, and it heals your guys. I didn't know the medics came out, because when this first came out, I didn't think there was medics. They did increase the fuel for it, but it's totally worth it. So you can see, I'm simply going to pull back my Maxim over to here, and I'm going to reinforce them, and that way I can keep my guys at the front line longer, while they have to go all the way back to their base and keep sending troops up. Now, they had an interesting response to our machine guns. when I'm going to lay my mind down. I see an opportunity to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm very wary. A lot of the Germans in the early game like to counter with scout cars, especially machine guns. I've seen people get as many as 3 of those German scout cars with the autocannon. So they're starting to bombard us, especially these guys. And so I was going to move up and try to like get that mortar, but I'm like, oh, got to pull back because we're on an empty road and 2 Grenadiers with the MGs. So they're upgrading heavily with their MGs, giving their guys MG42. So I'm still reinforcing and upgrading this unit. Going to try to get back to the front line as quickly as possible, back into this good defensive building. Now I do like to have like 2 or 3 conscripts here. I had to pull these guys out. Actually, I ran them away with low health. I'm going to run them back here to keep our forward position here and not have to run all the way back to base. Let's keep a couple conscripts just in case an auto. I'm getting anti-tank grenades. I am a little worried about a scout car. So it's a way for me to 2 of those anti-tank grenades pretty much takes out a scout car. So if they're dumb enough to get close enough to your conscripts and you have 8. Well, if they're not dumb enough, but if they're not as cautious like around conscripts, then yeah, they could get their engine destroyed. It's just 2 of them, so. I could have upgraded with the Molotov. Actually, didn't really see a thing. He's bunching up a little bit. So keep in mind the German mortars aren't as good as the Soviet mortars generally because Soviet mortars have more crew, and they also have this ability to precision strike. Well, these guys just have the counterattack. So if it sees someone, it's going to fire. Never really used the counterattack for the Germans. As you can see, this is like worth its weight in gold. First of all, also pick a good building. Like this is a giant building here. It reminds me a lot of the British in Gun of Heroes 1 where you'd have that kind of forward headquarters. I do like it a lot. So it's kind of my job. I've remanned this building now because this one is a little damaged. I sent these troops to flank around the mortar and we actually killed some of them, but I saw them laying mines down here and I said, oh my goodness, that's Teller mines there. So I put a mental note there. But there are so many infantry these guys have. More and more grenadiers. They need some snipers, not necessarily mortars, but they need it'd be great, a flame half track. But you can see they're gathering more and more mortars. They have 2 mortars right now, and oh, they're wasting a lot of time barbed wiring this off. Like they're afraid of an infantry incursion. You only need 1 of these first of all. If you're gonna, barbed wire takes forever to lay, right? You only need 1 of those, and I don't think they have any, no, they don't have any mines down. So, okay, I see what he's doing. He's doing like a choke point, so it'll lead right to here. Okay, anyway, back to the mortar barrage. We have 3 mortars now, just landing directly on this house. And I'm trying to pull my guys out at this point, seeing how wounded they are. But that last one killed both of them inside, so. My mortar's trying to counterattack here. They were very smart about trying to, they're using their Panzer Grenadiers, and they were, instead of going into our machine guns, they were flanking around the buildings and getting behind our lines. So I'm putting up my machine gun here. You can see on this side of the house, by the way, I'm using Alt to do this, in case you're ever wondering and want to make your own video. Only 1 window on this, and they threw a bundle grenade in there. So it's a good idea for me to get the hell out of this house at this point. But then he decides to go for the light tank, which is pretty good, especially against the support and these guys. Anyway, I lost those guys, so far, being able to pull my conscripts out and those guys has not been too good. He did lose his machine gun there. I was like trying to I just do him back in. But these guys are very vulnerable to a tank because they do not have any of the AT with them, and they do not have Panzerfaust. So keep that in mind. He's got to pull these guys back. So these guys played very interesting. These were not bad teammates here. Like Sam was doing a pretty good job. Anyway, he's trying to lay a Teller mine down. A little too late there. Keep in mind when you are laying down a mine, if one does go down pretty much. The problem is he ran into these guys though. But like they're just getting between 2 of those. You can Panzerfaust 1 of them, right? But they still have those front turrets there. And so he killed quite a lot of guys, and he's following up with shock troops. This is on fire.
Do you need something?
I'm pulling back my MG, and I still have conscripts in reserve here. He's just pushing because they're mortaring the hell out of us. Like, you can see that building's almost collapsed. This one's pretty damaged. So around this point, I was basically getting myself an Su-85. I had gone with T-34s, just afraid of like a Panther or something. So I'm gonna move these guys up to the front line. He's got guys coming up also, and I said I'll help repair your tanks because they're in pretty bad shape. You should keep pulling these guys back. I mean, there's no need with his shock troops here to. He's gonna do that, but there's no need to kind of linger around here. You gotta pull your guys back, especially when they're wounded like that. And here's the famous auto cannon. So Soap is in the middle. Now, Martin, or well, Nick, who changes the name again, he has some T-34s here. Now, the Germans have a very kind of strong defense here with a bunker, anti-tank. Now, what would be good for him is if he saw that bunker and stuff, to go, oh, nice. He distracted them with those guys. You gotta turn your guys so this Coxel machine gun can go in, but not bad. He forced back those guys. He's got scout guys. He's got to get rid of that bunker, though. So very nice assault from Martin there. Blew up a light scout car. That was good because they turned all their stuff when they saw these guys assaulting. So Martin said he didn't do so well in this game. He thought he's doing pretty good. I've also had help on this side. So I'm building up more defenses now. I could keep pushing, but I don't feel like now is the time. As you can see, they have a mortar half-track. They're not making good use of it. They should be doing the barrage constantly. So I'm setting up, instead of going in this building, because I know it's going to collapse if a single mortar lands on it, I am building us some sandbag fighting positions to help give our machine guns and stuff. And we are, I even built a second common engineer just to help repair his tanks. And so we are gonna repair this other one. So now we see these veterancy light tanks. I'm gonna start looking into the T-70s because I never build them, but they seem pretty decent. Trying to kill that sniper. My assault gun's like sniping at the sniper. I'm just leaving it there to help support the middle, and I got him. My SU sniped the sniper there. I wasn't even paying attention, I was just letting him do that. So we got another assault coming in. Notice how he avoids our strong point and goes right behind. I could have solved this easily with some... Well, first of all, I'm trying to get these guys up, you know. They keep readjusting or whatever. So I turned my MG, and I'm going to pull back. Now, it'd be nice if I had Molotovs, but I'm not going to waste the fuel on that. See, we're getting 47 fuel. Let's compare that to Commando. About 38, so we're getting more fuel because of all those fuel caches. As you can see, we kind of have a major assault going. I'm going to fall back my MGs. Keep in mind the narrower arc. I need to turn these guys slightly. But just mortars going in, getting bombarded. Look what he did. He flanked behind their lines and has taken out the mortars along with the shock troops. So he's using a good combined arm strategy. The tanks along with the shock troops to help get rid of the support vehicles, as support guys, as well as these Panzer Grenadiers that are taking on a lot of his guys. We could seriously harm his tanks. Anyway, these came around the building. Between the flamethrower, they're still trying to kill my mortar here because it's veterancy. I brought myself a Katusha. I feel pretty confident. I haven't seen a lot of armor. I do have an SU, and this guy's a decent amount of armor here. And all that barbed wire can be for nothing because, frankly, a tank can just come over. And when they're on that lockdown, let's go into Sam here. When they're on that combat mode, it allows them to capture points, but they can't fire back. So that's only with veterancy. Keep that in mind. So we can neutralize the fuel that way. Some of the T-34s, I think, can do that also. And meanwhile, you know, he's doing the same thing. He's commenting about this time, saying, "I'm so happy you built this thing. It's very useful." So, you know, just to heal up your men and get them back in the fight pretty quickly is a good thing. Martin is now running a little bit of resistance here. They're kind of forming back here. Veterancy 2 Panzer Grenadiers. I do have this booby trap territory. I did try to use that, but they never tried to take it into territory I booby trapped. You can see though, like they're a little all over the place. They can't seem to pick a point, like to fully assault, because we don't have that much protecting these 2 points. And I mean, we have a lot protecting this point. Oh, and then a Panther comes out, so they did save that. So I think smoke got thrown down, but he's backing up right into the Panther. And at this point, aircraft come in. I can't tell if that was his or it wasn't mine. But that, oh yeah, and I called the Katusha in there also. So that Panther is becoming a beast. He's trying to hunt down those guys. Well, I'm going to move up my Su-85 here in a second to help deal with this Panther. I did just lay a telemine. I'm not a telemine. We're not the Jersey. I laid down a basic mine for the Soviets. A box mine. I'm running in my conscripts because I want to take this tank out. And then, boom. He baited that tank in right there with his howitzer. It's one shot, but it's a 100-kilogram shell. And Grana was like, wow. Troll. Oh, funny times, funny times. They have enough to push Martin off of this point right now. I mean, he has some tanks, right, but they're badly injured. He needs to get, if you have 4 tanks, it's a good idea to get at least 2 engineers. I was looking for that mine earlier that's gone on the road. And now I see more tanks. A little nervous getting a second Su-85. He has lost all his tanks here, so it's pretty much up to me to, well, okay. These guys are holding it. Do I have any?
Combat engineers.
I'm sending my engineers. I want to get, first of all, this guy's back. I armed the trap for there. So if anyone tries to capture the victory point, I'll kill him. But this guy's tank is in a bad position. Once again, not pulled back far enough. But he's using his conscript without repair. I wish I had that ability, but I don't. Anyway, he's shooting the howitzer. What's it going? Oh, that guy's like, I'm gonna move back. So you can see that's wired now, so I'm pretty much not sure, like, I mean, I've used it a couple times, but I'm not sure the enemy usually does that. So around this time, he's pretty much, we're talking here, we're getting ready to do our assault. I saw that he was laying down mines here, and I'm very aware of the German mines, so he doesn't get to finish them, which is good. You know, just, the flame thing is cheaper. It's like, it's, because of the munitions on this map, you know, it's like pretty good that we can have a lot of flames. So at this point, we're going to move in. He's going to decide to go around here with his combined SUs. You know, my 85, so keep in mind we do not have the focus sight, because that would be bad. And I'm going to move into the fuel. And then, the guy's own artillery, I'm like, back up, my back up. His own artillery almost killed me there. So he hurt me a little bit. But he's flanking around so that enemy doesn't escape, and he goes right through the trees there. He did bring infantry though, which is smart. Multiple shock troops. Keep in mind, this is a different guy. This is a guy from the center. And then it's like 3 people on this side going after their fuel. They do have an Oswin, very dangerous indeed. So I'm essentially pulling back both my guys, but I said, you know what, this guy can still fight. I'm bringing up my engineers to get this engine out of here in case we do need to retreat. And they're just falling back pretty much. They can't really stand in our way. And I think they call it, I think they call that kind of close support thing that damages tanks. What's it called? It's like, yeah, I remember that. Let's go to Soap here. Maybe he didn't pick a doctrine. Let's see. Yep. J87 anti-tank strafe. So it was one of those guys, either Commander or that other guy. Okay, so I decided to pull back. You know, I don't feel like sending in my 1 tank there. I do want to I noticed this pinning thing, this close air support, like these strafing runs, actually do a lot more damage because they used to just pin you. But now they actually do damage to your infantry and can kill them. So that's good. It's good to have like a Sturmovik kind of for the Germans. So he's just committed to his assault here. He has all damage engines anyway. I'm calling down some artillery barrage there, just to try to, you know, halt their advance, just slow them up, damage their health, make it harder for them, and cut off any further reinforcements. So I'm using this quite a lot. Anyway, he needs to get his tanks out of there. They're heavily damaged. You're not going to do a whole lot with an Su-85, right? And they do have those Shreks, so yeah, I'm not going to push up too far. I don't want to. We have very strong positions defending that victory point up there, so I am going to pull back a little bit right now, but I am going to bring up my Katusha to... Oh yeah, at this point, Marin got assaulted pretty badly, and has lost a tank. Anyway, I'm sending these guys in. Oh, I think I killed a unit or two. I was targeting this. I didn't realize they'd actually capture everything, but just... Oh, did you see that? They had a telemine there. So they're desperately trying to get back their field, but with the amount of troops he has here, they're not going to be able to do that. It'd be good as if I could throw another artillery barrage. Keep in mind, it's fog of war. So we know he has that, but yeah, this is pretty strong position with all the infantry he has here, along with the anti-tank. He's going to push forward. I'm assuming he's trying to get my Katusha, which I've already moved. Then the big bad KV-1 is coming. Now, well, the thing is, though, there's all these guys right here just ready to level. So, and here's a tank moving. Once again, nice flank there. And, you know, that means I can see these guys through the fog of war. And I'm dropping that incendiary barrage, probably. Or not. Then Martin says all or nothing, right? This one I really... Okay, good. Now I drop the incendiary barrage on these guys. You want to focus probably on those guys. Between my Katusha and the incendiary barrage, like, this position pretty much just got overwhelmed. He's going to get out of there, though, which is kind of smart to save your tank, but... With the Katusha's going in, he's pretty much lost all their... Both those guys pretty much lost all their defenses. And now my Su-85s are moving in. We're kind of giving ground on the left side. Like, we want to grab that last victory point. They are pretty low. And I'm laying mines down. And blazes are booby trapped, so... Booby trap. And I ran over a telemine. I'm like trying to flank around and get this guy and getting some rear armor hits and stuff. He's still pulling back and he's none that can really stop me. He's calling smoke. His pioneers aren't going to do a whole lot. He's being pursued. If he loses his tank, he's in deep trouble. And then I get hit with something. Get hit by these guys, so I know I'm losing some. I'm gonna lose an SU, so I'm gonna try to pull back. But he's pretty screwed right now. I am calling incendiary barrage on these guys here. I'm just gonna let him die. Hopefully the front armor can stop it, but he's pretty much dead. Hoping to get these guys out of here, though. I don't want to lose all my Su-85s like a rookie here, but it is pretty much toward the end of the game. And I see rocket shot. They see my rocket shot. I'm like, oh my gosh, Veteran Z3, guys. And I'm floating a ton of manpower and fuel. I just don't feel like I need a lot, which is, I usually don't float that much, but I feel pretty comfortable. I mean, I really wish I had like an IS-2 or one of the assault guns. Anyway, they are pursuing, and like literally. I'm making sure they can't take that at all, and then our own tank's coming over. And I lost another armored vehicle somewhere, making another SU. Now I hear a bombing run. Wish I had that kind of tank. Yeah. So they're moving in, and keep in mind, even if they do manage to kill my guys or manage to get in here, it's booby trapped. Massive flank of Panzer Grenadiers here. They actually are destroying that. calling their own artillery in. They're making a strong push for that, but then they decide to surrender. Well, actually, they had 0 points left. So, good game to these guys. I hope you guys learned a little bit about this awesome new HQ and give it a shot on bigger maps like this. And, you know, the healing bonus and the reinforcement is expected, but the healing bonus is amazing. So, keep that in mind. It'll help keep your troops at the front line longer instead of retreating back to your base. Car 221 signing off. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, yeah, you guys probably want to see the... I'm losing a lot more to Soviets than, yeah, I killed 44 and lost 67, so overall, it was kind of a low kills game. It was a lot of armor engagements, but I've been losing a lot more. I've been losing more people than I've been killing as the Soviets, basically because of the conscripts. So, anyway, Golden 221 Sunny.